Hello and welcome to Watering Wednesday here at Taylor's Holistic Approach Ministries on Our Daily Dose. My name is Jetty Taylor Robinson, health coach, founder, and steward for Taylor's Holistic Approach Ministries, a ministry that's focused on gut health, the Word of God, and you. So we are going to talk about hydration today. Today is an awesome day. I pray that you have had an awesome Wednesday thus far. It is famously known as Hump Day. So happy Hump Day and happy Watering Wednesday. This is our midweek worship. Hello, Miss D. Happy Watering Wednesday to you. And so for those of you, who work 5 days a week and you work Monday through Friday, this is your midweek push. Even if you work through the weekend and you're coming up on, you work like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and you off Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever, this is still just a little nudge, little midweek worship to get you through the rest of the week until Sunday. So welcome to Watering Wednesday. This is Taylor's Holistic Approach, our daily dose, Watering Wednesday, and this is our midweek worship. So previously as you know, on Wednesdays, we talk about hydration. So we started out with the benefits of drinking water. How much water should we drink? We've talked about the benefits of water. What does water really do in your system? The last time we talked about headaches. So when you're starting to get dehydration going on, you may sometimes get a headache. And so we explain the process of why the headaches happen. So today we're going to move down the body and we're going to talk about the lungs. We're going to talk about how dehydration affects your lungs. Hey, Miss Noemi, blessings to you too. Happy Watering Wednesday. So we already established a few weeks ago that your lungs is 83% water. That's a lot of water. So what happens when they're not properly or adequately hydrated? Does something as simple as breathing affect your lungs and how much moisture, how much water they hold? So just think about like right now as you're viewing this live. Do you breathe most of the time, or are you breathing now with your mouth slightly open, or do you breathe with your mouth closed and through your nostrils? So give me some answers. How do you breathe? Through your mouth or through your nose most of the time? Hey, Miss Nina, happy Watering Wednesday to you too. So we're asking a question. We're talking about the lungs and the effect of dehydration on our lungs. So my question to you is, when you're breathing normally, your normal breathing, I know from time to time you probably do both, but which do you think you do more of, out of your mouth or out of your nose? So Miss D says the nose, Miss Normie says both. Hello, Sharita. Happy Watering Wednesday to you too. Okay, we're asking a question. When you breathe most of the time, do you find yourself breathing out of your mouth or out of your nose? Okay, Sharita says nose. Okay, we got two noses, one both. And okay, Miss Normie says most. Okay, so everybody breathes out of their nose most of the time. Very good, very good. So when we breathe both from our mouth and our nose, we lose some hydration. So we lose water and we lose also body heat when we're breathing. Breathing through the nostrils, we lose less water and less heat. So that's more beneficial to your lungs when you're breathing as we do through our nose. So Gothenburg University in Gothenburg, Sweden conducted a study, and it concluded that 42% more water is lost when you're breathing through your mouth rather than through your nose. And how this affects your lungs is it has a drying effect. Have you ever noticed how you get, when the times when you are breathing through your mouth, or, you are, talking a lot, how your mouth gets dry, your throat maybe gets dry, you feel this, it's like your windpipe is drying out. And it's because when we're talking, these particles, we're losing water as we speak. And so when we do this, that's why another reason for us to stay hydrated. It's good. You see with speakers and preachers or whatever, when they talk, when they have a long sermon or long speech, they have water to keep themselves hydrated. So besides our windpipe drying up and causes water to decrease in our lungs, this becomes our lungs become irritated. They become vulnerable to bacteria and viruses in the atmosphere. They become more sensitive to particles in the air like dust, or if you are around other things, your lungs become more susceptible to those things. And so we want to make sure that we stay hydrated. And so it's, like I said in the beginning, when you are thirsty, then that's your first sign that your body, your organs, everything, somebody's going, hey, we need water down here. So you want to make sure that, drink a glass of water, drink a bottle of water. Don't just, oh, my mouth is dry, and take a couple of sips or maybe a swallow or two. If you're thirsty, if your mouth is dry, then you need to really hydrate and drink a bottle of water, a glass of water, so that everything can stay lubricated and everything can continue to work as it's supposed to. So that is Watering Wednesday. I am trying. Does anybody have anything to say as far as hydration, as far as the lungs? Today we were talking about the lungs and how the lungs are 83% water, and that's another awesome reason that we should continue to be hydrated, to stay hydrated. Just as we talked about the brain last week, how, it needs water, it needs hydration, because when we don't get enough water, and I was listening to this doctor today, and he says that, being hydrated, severely hydrated, can even bring on a stroke. So, it can bring on heart problems, because when our bodies are not hydrated, then it has to work much harder. Your blood is, becomes harder because it's thicker. It doesn't have that water content in it. So we really need to think about our whole bodies when we don't have enough water. Sharita says she doesn't talk a lot. It helps my skin and hair naturally lubricate. Yes. And you'll see people on YouTube, and people are always asking them, well, what grows your hair, and why is your skin so pretty? And they, a lot of them say if they're doing it naturally, it's like water. You need to make sure that, you're hydrated. So Miss D says, yes, I can tell when I'm sore while sleeping, my mouth dries. I assume it's due to the mouth being open and I'm dried out. Yep. No, but that's true, because okay, transparency. I do have the same problem, Miss D. When I get up in the morning and my mouth is dry, and then maybe like my windpipes are a little tender or sore, I'm like, okay, I must have been snoring last night, or I must have slept with my mouth open because my mouth is dry. So it will be, an awesome thing first thing in the morning when you feel that is go get some water, hydrate yourself, start your day out with hydration. I had this great cousin once, and the first thing she did in the morning before she spoke to anyone was to drink a glass of water. And so we didn't know why at the time. It was just her little, we thought, weird, funny thing, but she had something going on. She was totally correct in getting some hydration before her day gets started. So Norma says we should also drink a certain amount of water when we take medications. Yes, very good. Exactly. If you're on any type of medication, you want, I'm not big on medication, but the thing about it is if you are taking medication, you want it to do what it's supposed to do. And so you don't want it to swallow, to take enough water just to get it down, and then it kind of like sits there. You want it to drink enough water so it starts breaking apart, starts dissolving, and getting into your system and doing what it's supposed to do. So yes, you want to be extra cautious when you're taking medication. The more medication you take, the more water you should take, because you really want to, for it to come, from it to flush out also. You know, we talked about that urination and stool was part of our detox. Well, you know, you need to drink that water so that that part of detoxification of your body can happen, where all of the toxins from the medication and from everything else you're taking can be flushed out of your body. Okay, very good. Ms. D says, I take a lot. Okay, so we're going to drink a lot of water. And then Ms. Normie says, exactly. Okay, anything else? This is great. I love it when I have chat time and we have suggestions and questions. So Sharita says, I snore loud, and I was a baby snoring in church. This lady kept looking around. Then she said, that old man need to be ashamed of himself sleeping in church. And she realized it was me, the baby. Whoa, that's funny. So you're a snorer from way back, from the beginning. When we snore, our mouths are open, whether it's slightly open or wide open. So we are losing a lot of moisture. Tonsil issues, okay. You know, I didn't realize until, just reading and doing this stuff, that our tonsils carry a lot of our immune system. Yeah, it does. It has a lot of our immune system in our tonsils. And we just thought there was something that, get inflamed. And that's why they get inflamed, because they're in contact with, so many toxins and irritants that we take in. And so some people have to have them taken out. But, we still have we still have an immune system there. So that was, just a tidbit for you that I found out. So yeah, since Sharita mentioned tonsils. But yeah, so make sure that, especially those of us who snore on a regular basis, get up in the morning and, drink a glass of water, because you've lost a lot of, I don't know, like some people, they snore like once they get into that stage 4 of sleep, that dream sleep, and then they start to snore, or they maybe do stage 3 right before that and they start to snore. So like, just think of how many hours, hey, Ms. Di, just think about how many hours did you sleep and how many hours you snored. And so you've lost all of this water, you've lost all of this hydration. So it's a great thing that if you snore, the first thing in the morning, you need to get up and you need to have a glass of water to kind of replenish some of the liquid that you lost during the night. That's a tidbit for today on Watering Wednesday. So we're talking, so just to recap, we said that we're talking about the lungs today. And so we talked about the brain last week and hydration and what causes headaches during hydration. Today we were talking about the lungs, because we learned that the lungs is 83% water. And so we want to make sure that our water levels stay up, because if it don't, it affects our lungs in a negative way. They become, our air passage becomes dried up, and it can become, our lungs become irritated, they become more sensitive to things in the air. So we just want to make sure that, 83% is a lot. And then with the brain and other organs that, that need water. So that's why they said that, the water is so vital. We can go 2-3 days without water, and then things start to happen negatively. So we really need to find different ways of drinking water, whether it's people say, well, I can only drink cold water. Okay, then drink cold water. Drink room temperature water. Drink fused water, where you take water, ice, and put some fruit in it, and then drink it like that. I do, like when I work, I have a thermos and I put frozen fruit and a few cubes of ice and then fill it up with water, and it's so refreshing and hydrating during my work schedule. So, or if you're at home and you just want to, put it on, it's a beautiful, way of, just looking at it, or put, some other things we've mentioned, mint, not only just water, but, you can put mint in there, cucumbers, group discount. What's that? I'm missing something. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so all my brothers and sisters, as well as self, had out tonsils removed at a young age. Filled the hospital with all 9 of us. Oh my goodness. Sharita says, drink before bed helps blood flow and heart health. Yes, it does. I know. Oh, that's what the group discount. She said, Miss Di said, did you all get a group discount? Because there was so many of you. Must have been because my folks weren't rich. Okay. It's like, line them up. Let's snatch them all out at the same time. That is funny. Sharita says her tonsils were removed and they grew back. Wow, I've never heard of that before. Maybe they didn't cut them all the way out. I don't know. I have to research and see if this ever happened to anybody else where they had them removed and they grew back. That's something. It's like, did you get a refund? It's like, your mama needs to go back and get a refund. Cause like, look, they grew back. That's what the doctor said. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. This has been great conversation. So I pray that it has helped you and made you more conscious of even another great reason. You were 10. Okay. Another great reason to keep hydrated. And so Miss D said some in our group grew back. Wow. Okay. I like hot water and lemon in the morning, clears up the mucus. Yes, that's excellent, Miss Di. Yes, definitely. Hot water and lemon is excellent for that. See, we have shared tips from each other. So it's things that I may not think of and people bring up. It's excellent, excellent conversation. So if you're not a person who likes cold water or room temperature water in the morning, then, do as Miss Di does. She, does hot water and with lemon in it. So I know I got into hot water once when we were on a fast and we could have either water or a protein drink. And so since I don't drink protein drinks, but I was used to drinking my tea every morning, I just started drinking hot water. And so it was satisfying just as well too, and beneficial. You are very welcome, Miss Sharita. Very welcome, very welcome. Indeed, my pleasure. I thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate you dropping by. I really appreciate your participation and just your sharing and everything that you do. So today we have a word from the Lord. Today's word comes from Reverend Dr. C. Wesley Knight. And he is from the Mount Olive Seventh-day Adventist Church in Atlanta, Georgia. He is the assistant professor of preaching and ministry at Oakwood University in Huntsville, Alabama. So he was preaching at this at a university on this Black History Sabbath. And so his Black History Sabbath sermon was, I dare you to move. Okay, so I dare you to move. And it is, I said that I was going to do some Black history sermons. And so I think I did maybe 1 or 2 in February. So everything kind of flows over into March, which is great. His sermon was very today. It was done, I think, in like 2014, but it's very much value word for today. And he's coming from 2 Kings 7th chapter, verses 3 through 8. And this, in his sermon subject is I Dare You. So Miss D says, I am back. Facebook kicked me out. Oh my goodness. Okay. So Miss D, today, just for you, today our word of the week comes from Reverend Dr. C. Wesley Knight of the Mount Olive Seventh-day Adventist Church in Atlanta. And he is the assistant professor of teaching and ministry at Oakwood University. And so on there, it just said Oakwood University. So I looked it up and it says it's in Huntsville, Alabama. So he is preaching at this university. Is Phyllis on Facebook? Yes, Phyllis Smith. She is on Facebook. Her Smith is her last name. And so his sermon is the subject is I Dare You to Move, and it's coming from 2 Kings the 7th chapter, verses 3 through 8. So I will, as normal, I will post his sermon after the video, and when we get through it the live, I save the video and I share it on my page, and then I'll comment, and in my comments it will have a link to his sermon. And so I hope you are blessed. I hope you are made the better for the sermon. And tomorrow is Thursday already. Can you believe it? Oh gosh, these days are just rolling so quickly. So tomorrow is Thursday. So it is What's the Herb Thursday. And we're going to talk about herbs, and then on Friday we're going to talk about tomorrow I will tell you the subject for Friday mornings, Frank Friday Free for All. So Lady Di, on Friday evenings we get together on Zoom. So if you want to join us, it's at 6 o'clock Pacific time. So if you want to join us, and we just talk about whatever people want to talk about. And so it's great to see each other and to fellowship and to laugh. And we do that on Fridays at 6. And then Friday mornings at the same time here at 10:30, I am going to introduce a topic of discussion, and then we're just going to do it on the live. So I will, fun, yes. Okay, very good. So I will send you, when I when I do the meeting on the Zoom, I will send you the Zoom link, so that, and then you can give me your number, because we also have like a text group that we just text each other back and forth. If you want to join that, you are welcome to too. We'd be glad to have you. Okay, so and then I will, like I said, on tomorrow, after we do What's the Herb, then I will tell you the topic of discussion that, we can talk about more than one thing, but the topic of discussion that I'm going to bring and put to the table on Friday morning. No Zoom on Friday mornings. I guess we could, if you all want to, we can do a Zoom on Friday morning instead of the live. That would be great. Because I know, like Miss D, you're welcome. Miss D is in another time zone. So, and then maybe other people who are in a time zone that kicks them a little later in the evening would like to do a Zoom. So, we'll set up, maybe we'll set up on Zoom it will be just Zoom Friday, Friday morning and Friday evening, we'll just Zoom away. Very good. Okay. Thank you, ladies. Anything else before I sign off? So if it is, then I always look through the comments and things when I sign off. So I will respond to you if I don't get to you. Okay, you're at work during the day. Okay, so then we'll see you that evening then. Awesome. Okay, well, everyone have a blessed rest of the day, and prayerfully we will see you tomorrow. God bless. Love you all.